Well, there we go. Close on the market. Richemont not closing at 40 rand.
I don't think it actually hit 40. I think it came to 1 cent off 40. It didn't quite hit 40, but what phenomenal performance from that share this year, and it just carries on going, and the market's not worried about the PE ratio.
African Bank, as I said, a voluntary trading update out of African Bank, up 5%.
Yeah.
Good for those people that are on the right side of this one.
Good for them, and good for the people who own the shares. We don't, unfortunately, but maybe even more importantly than that, it says things are turning.
They said credit sales for October and November up 60%. That's phenomenal.
This is at the coalface. So things are turning. So that's good news for everyone, quite frankly.
Looking at, of course, the gold stock. So Harmony up 3%. That's just in reaction to the gold price rallying higher. And then Impala Platinum was up strongly yesterday, up again 2.33%.
Impala's done very, very well, and I'm not entirely sure why. If you plot Impala against Amplats, it has way outperformed in the last month or so. I mean, significantly outperformed. And yet these are driven in theory by exactly the same factors, being the rand price of platinum, and yet it's done extremely well. We've got lots of Impala.
Yesterday we heard that Pioneer Foods is going to buy KWV. Is this a good move? The share price reacted positively yesterday. We'll get an update on Pioneer in just a moment.
Yeah, look, I haven't got the full details of it, but they are going to do, there's going to be a share swap, and of course everyone's involved. There's Zeda's involved and KWV's involved, and you know the whole Stellenbosch, let's call it the Stellenbosch companies, for want of a better word. And
do you like the fact that they're diversifying their revenue streams?
Yeah, totally. Look, the wine stroke brandy industry is facing serious competition, and the strong rand definitively doesn't help them. But one thing people don't realize about these food companies is that they're very, very good rand hedge shares. If the rand goes, food inflation goes, everything, and you can actually do very well in a weak rand scenario.
In a weak rand scenario.
But I mean,
that may not be on the cards for some time.
No, might not be in the cards for a time. We own a lot of the food companies. We own Pioneer, we own Tigers.
Did you see this news in terms of BHP Billiton and Rio Tinto that in Western Australia they can, for a once-off payment of $340 million to the state, proceed with their expansion plans?
I didn't pick that up. That's very interesting. I mean, the whole merger cooperation story. I didn't pick that up. That's very, very interesting.
Well,
it's saying, what they're saying is, if you pay us enough money, we'll bend the rules.
Exactly, $340 million. And on that news, BHP Billiton relatively flat today, 262 rand.
Anglos was strong. I mean, in fact, quite frankly, the whole market was strong, but Billiton didn't do well, and there was no particular reason. I didn't see that
perhaps this news flow,
but that should be positive. I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, they were looking at saving billions. You know, the odd $350 million is nothing if they can achieve their original goals, because the original goals, I mean, they want to share infrastructure, they want to share railway lines, ports, distribution, basically, and that was worth billions to them. And then, of course, the competition authorities say, no, you can't, but if you pay us enough money, you can.
Well, obviously you're going to be reading the newspapers over the weekend. Hopefully Spain is not going to hit the headlines over the weekend, and we'll come back to a calm news desk on Monday.